Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel, or welcome back if you are new. I am Nora, and on this channel, I create and follow a cash based budget system, and I am working hard to pay off my debt and build up my emergency fund. So, if that is something that you are interested in, stick around and join me for today's cash stuffing. Okay, so today, it's a little chaotic. Um, I got paid today. Today's January 23rd. I got paid. If you don't know, I my paychecks are currently being garnished to pay off a debt that was never addressed. I talked about this more in previous videos, so you can go back and check them out if you're curious how that all came to be. Um, so my cash stuffings are generally short and sweet. The garnishment will be over by April 1st. That should be the last garnishment. Um, so anyway, I just have small amounts to stuff now. Um, Today's a little hectic. I am in New Jersey and we are expecting snowmageddon. A huge snowstorm is coming this weekend. So during my lunch break today, my boss encouraged us all to make a trip to the grocery store, go to the bank, do what we needed to do ahead of the crowds. And I'm glad that I did that. So I was able to withdraw some money. I did go to the grocery store. So my amounts are a little all over the place. And I did not include in here the money that I've for my daughter's daycare. I already put that in the envelope. I wasn't even sure if I was going to film anything this weekend because I've been sick all week. And today is the first day where I can actually speak without going into a coughing fit. So, all of that to say, I don't know how much I have here. Um, so we're just going to count it up now, and I'm going to put back the things in my wallet that were already there, and part of it has been spent. So let's see. Let's just see what I have. Okay, so we have 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 220, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 285, 86, 87, 88, 89. I hope that's right. I'm not really sure anymore. So, like I said, I already spent some of the money. Let me come up here, put this away. So, for groceries, let's start with my wallet. This is my wallet. Not fancy at all, but it works. I always say it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be practical. And this to me is practical because it has the accordions. I can have a place for everything. Okay, so gas. This time around, I budgeted $80 for gas. I have been budgeting $100 for 2 weeks forever, but I've always had money left over. And in fact, I've always used my gas money to cover more groceries. So now, especially with the cost of gas going down, I'm just going to budget $80, but I put $20 in my tank, which means I have $60 left. And I didn't even really need that gas, but because we're getting a storm and I only had a quarter tank of gas left, um, I always panic that my microphone is not on. That's why I always pause. I only had a quarter tank of gas left. Now I'm not expecting to go anywhere, but um, my family is a family of emergencies. So I just put $20 in the tank. That gave me enough gas to get up to 3/4 of a tank. Because, my family keeps me on my toes. Last weekend, we were in the ER because my daughter, who is now 10, she celebrated her 10th birthday yesterday. She ruptured her eardrum. So that was a story. It was total accident. She's totally fine, but it was an unexpected trip to the ER. So that's why I want to have gas in my car ahead of the snowstorm. Anyway, the next is going to be groceries. Now I budgeted for 175, but I did go to BJ's and I got what did I get? I got eggs. I got this is so cliche, eggs, milk, bread, because I really did need them. I really did run out. And I refilled the school snacks that I buy for my kids, and I got us some Greek yogurt and the big box of French toast sticks that my kids are addicted to. Um, so I don't remember what the total was, but I have 109 left from that 175. So I'm just going to put that right back in my wallet. And everybody had the same idea that my boss had. Yep, there's the coughing fit that's been plaguing me all week. Sorry, guys. I got to BJ's just in time because as I was getting there, the parking lot was getting packed, but they were still very well stocked, so I was impressed. Um, so I'm glad I just got that out of the way because I don't need to go out this weekend then. Next up will be laundry. We'll get the usual $40. I am gonna do laundry tomorrow morning. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry with this cough. Um, I'm gonna do laundry at the laundromat tomorrow. I am also probably taking my neighbor to a primary care doctor for a sick visit because she's been under the weather as well, but she's got all sorts of health conditions. So I told her make the appointment and I'll bring her because the laundromat is right next to the doctor's office. She actually goes to the same doctor I go to. I'm putting $10 into fund money. I have $10 in here already. And I also have 2 gift cards, one to Texas Roadhouse and one to Outback Steakhouse. Um, those restaurants are both 5 minutes away from me, but Outback is actually being remodeled, so they're reopening in the spring. So we've had this gift card for a while. So I just wanted to keep adding like $10 at a time into the fun money section of my wallet because I didn't really have anything that was for like, if when it gets warmer and we want to go to the boardwalk and have wristband night or like going to the movies, like we would plan those things and then I would just budget it out of that paycheck. So I just wanted to, start something in the wallet to cover all that. And I think my wallet is done. Yeah. So I think I was saying about my neighbor. Yeah, she's got a bunch of health issues. I brought her to the ER a few weeks ago, but she just got sick again with, I guess, with the weather and the virus is going around. Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee. So I told her make the appointment with the doctor. It's the same doctor's office that I go to. I just see the other doctor who's there. I said I'll bring you, and while you're in there, I'll go get my laundry started, and then by the time you're done, I'll just come pick you up. I'll bring you home, and then I'll go back and finish my laundry. What was I doing in here? Oh, so I already marked this off. I have a little story about my debt binder. And I wasn't going to film anything, so I already marked it off. I'm putting $30 into debt. And if you've seen past videos, you'll notice that this has changed. This used to be mostly colored in, and you'll see that it is not colored in anymore, except for those 2 slots. And that is because when I tell you so my last week, last Saturday's cash stuffing, the last one that I posted, I filmed it, I posted it, or I scheduled it, or whatever it was. When I tell you minutes after I got a text from another debt collector, and in that one I was talking about my debt and my student loans now were not due until May, and all these things. The daycare tuition had gone down, all these cool things. When I tell you, minutes after I finished all of that, I got a text from another debt collector, and this one was, if I remember correctly, it was about my Kohl's card, and I will put a screenshot of the text here. And they were offering to settle the debt. I can't remember offhand what the total amount was, but they offered to settle it uh, for 290. It was like, hold on. Okay, sorry. I had to pause because that was my neighbor who was calling me to tell me about her doctor's appointment. It's going to be Monday. Anyway. All right. So the collector was for my Kohl's card. I don't remember what the total balance was. But they offered to settle for like $289 and some odd cents. We're going to round it up to 290. So I think I had 365 or 370 in here. So I immediately responded to, I clicked on the link and I set up the agreement. I scheduled it to be paid like a couple of days later so that I had time to bring the money to the bank. And that's what I did. And it paid. And that's another debt that I knew I had, and I knew it was going to be hanging out. But because I have been doing this, I had the money ready. So I originally wanted this to go towards my snowball debt payments. But you know what? Debt is debt. And it worked. And I had it. So I took it out. I reset the tracker. So now I have $10 left in the bank, and then 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. So 105 total. Sorry, my coughing is gross. So I just marked off the three that equal those amounts. And there we go. We're good to go. So we're going to build that one up again. I do have a story about another collections notice, but I'm going to save that for my debt update because that is a long story. And yeah, I'm waiting on another update to update you all on it. And then my emergency fund will get $10. Try not to cough again. I can only go but so long without coughing. 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, and I have $20 in the bank. And I hope you're all doing well, and I hope that you're all not sick like me. And I hope that you're not getting this crazy winter weather that's headed our way. I need this one. All right. And then, so after the daycare tuition went down, we decided that I would take that, that I would take that difference, that like 30-ish dollar difference, and I would put it in the school envelope because there will be like a school fee, like a summer camp registration fee in addition to the tuition. I forget what it is, but I know that's going to be like around $200. And then I don't know, just something for like school fees or school activities. And it ended up working out that I put money into this when I did because my older daughter's school had a family bingo night. I ended up bringing $60 from the envelope with me, and we spent 30. That was like the pizza and the snacks that they wanted, and then we bought some 50-50 tickets, and we didn't win a single thing, but it was a lot of fun. So I took 30. I ended up spending 30, and I'm really putting 30 back. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 105, 110. So I'm just going to keep putting the $30 since I was already budgeting that money, I'm just going to keep it at school because I know that I'm going to need it. And then I don't have any cash left, but I just wanted to show that I had $22 left in my wallet. And so what I did was I added $2. I didn't have four singles, so I just filled it in one flip flop for the $2, and I put it. This is like my general savings, um, and then I was indecisive with the other 20. So for now, I have it in Christmas because I haven't been giving this any love. This might be moved. I don't know. I'm not committed to this being for Christmas yet, but I just put it somewhere. And that's all. I don't have any air left in me. I thought I was going to be able to do this no problem, but I need to rest my voice some more and I need to go take a nap. So I hope you're all having an amazing weekend. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you. I had a little influx of followers lately. And I'm talking, I have like 67 followers or something, but there was a nice little influx from like the holidays to now. So hello everybody. Thank you. And yeah, thanks for watching. And I will the next one should be my monthly debt update. So, boy, have I got stories for you all. So, I will see you in the next one. And until then, stay frugal out there, my friends.